they're in a tough situation because it is, it is Florida State, as you said, which is attractive. I do think the fact that I said this last week, the fact that you're following a complete debacle
makes it more attractive.
Makes it kind of attractive because you can, if you're just come in and go 7-5 or 8-4, it's going to feel like real improvement.
If your offense averages 27 points a game, you're seen as a hero.
Yeah. Right.
So look at this guy. These newfangled offense scoring touchdowns.
Doubled their output.
And, this administration right now, they are behind the 8 ball. Man, there's a lot of reasons they need football to win. So they're probably going to get top dollar. And they're going to get multi-year deals.
Well, you can't go cheap now.
Right. So there's some attractive things to it. On the flip side, obviously, you are coming into a dumpster fire, and the head coach may be in trouble. If not in 1 year, then definitely within 2 years. So it's going to be interesting to see who they can get and what he can, and I know one of the big topics Corey asked about yesterday and he wrote about was Mike Norvell being willing to give over the offense. To me, that is like a no-brainer at this point. He's got to give over the offense because there's this program. There were so many leaks, so many problems. If he decides to keep the offense and keep calling plays,
but just with different position coaches,
there's no way. Good luck. And if it works, fantastic. But man, you are setting yourself up for a bad feedback, a bad offseason, and probably a bad result.
I mean, good luck getting coaches that want to come coach in this offense that just is scoring 13.3 points per game.
Well, there are real repercussions for having one of the worst seasons in the history of college football. And that is that no matter if you don't want to give up play calling, you now have to because you butchered it. You screwed it up. You ruined everything. So now you don't get to make the calls anymore.
And I'm not of the opinion, like I know Corey, I heard you saying last week that there's a bunch of coordinators you could hire and know that they wouldn't have this bad of a result in offense. I don't know if I believe that because nobody would have thought Norvell could have had that this season, but it did happen. And so you just can't, even if he wants to. And I honestly, man, I believe him when he says he doesn't care who's calling the plays. I think he thought he was the best they could do.
There was a time where he was.
And that clearly was not this season. I don't know who would have called good plays with the situation they're facing.
There are that's what I keep saying. That's what I wrote in the column. Like, I don't care the call and play stuff. I don't care. It's like, I don't care who calls play number 11 with this crap offense. It doesn't matter. Well, I don't care the order they call plays in. I want a new offense, like a whole new offense. I don't care if you keep the same offense and like, oh, Joe's going to call all the plays now. Great, man. So he's still picking from this menu of slop. Like you're coordinating the offense, meaning you put all these people in place. I want a brand new set of eyes.
Well, it's fair
to bring in everything.
I think they're two different things, Corey. I think that you're right to say you want a brand new set of eyes and fresh blood in here to revamp how they're going about, moving the football. I don't have a problem with that, but there's nothing really new under the sun. You're going to run the spread. You're going to run tempo. You're going to run. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're going to run a different offense altogether. But there's nothing new under the sun. They're going to still call an offense that everybody has.
And I don't want it to be like it's got to be very, very similar to my offense. It's got to be a guy that we have the same belief in what. I mean,
right?
No. You go get somebody that's been a badass running offense.
Yeah, but he may run your offense.
But it shouldn't be like a requirement, a requisite.
No,
that
and
he
I don't
has
think
to run this kind of offense.
No, I think they're going to try to get the best guy for the job, regardless of what he runs.
Preferably if he can bring a quarterback and maybe a couple offensive linemen.
Yeah, it'd be
or
great.
A receiver or two.
Yeah, if you could bring a half of James Madison's roster the way they did at Indiana.
Apparently that's the key.
Well, that's the key as long as you play the 13rd ranked schedule in the country.
Yeah. Now we're gonna start bagging on Sigs.
Well, let's go easy here. Yeah. They've beaten maybe nobody who's going to go to a bowl.
Yeah, we'll I know they have not played a good team.
So I do think it matters. Now he's done a great job regardless because they've never done this.
And they're also beating the crap out of those teams, except for Michigan. They beat the crap out of everyone.
No, he deserves a ton of credit. It just should be pointed out. It's not exactly Murderer's Row that they're mowing down here, but
it's coming.
It's to me. Yes, that's fine. I don't think he'll call plays. I think he knows he has to do everything he can.
Will he take his hands off completely?
No, but what is it you say you do here, Mike? If you're not going to have him do anything,
you be the head coach. Signetti doesn't call any freaking plays. He stands. They asked him the other day about him. He stands on. He's like Bowden.
Yeah,
he stands down the sideline. He doesn't call plays on either side of the ball. You can be a head coach, especially today, and just be the freaking head coach.
Yeah, but that's not my point. I don't want him to.
No, I know.
I'm saying to him, like, hey, he's going to coordinate with his coordinators.
He's not going to not do anything. He's not going to do anything for a week. Yeah,
he understands football.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't, we don't need him to hear. Yeah. I mean, he's going to sit down with his coordinators and be like, all right, well, this is what I think we should run. He's going to listen to them.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to my mind with defensive coaches is T-Buck. I mean, I thought they were going to try to hire T-Buck a few other times, and it's never happened. He's available because he took that head coaching job at in the XFL, and so that folded. So now he's back on the market. So, you know, I mean, there are people out there like that, but then you got to balance it. They do bring really strong positives. Corey Fuller's also on the staff as a director of football relations. So you like to have those guys around, but yeah, you also need to get the best possible coaches you can get.
Yeah, and I don't want people around just because they have a connection to Florida State. I want to be sure that they're going to do something to help get this mess turned around, not just that they love Florida State. Not saying that you don't. I'm just saying, like, hey, like, I've never been one of these guys because for years in basketball, they would do this. Well, we got to get a Carolina guy. We got to get such and such. I'm like, no, you don't. You just need to get a good coach. Just get a really good coach. And in this case, we need a bunch of really good coaches. And I have a feeling that, again, there will be a lot of changes. So
everything being equal, though, you'd probably lean towards the guy.
If everything were equal, sure, absolutely. I think this is going to be.
The problem with that sometimes is, you know, a guy like Mike Norvell, when he took the job here, if he didn't keep Ron Dugans or Odell Higgins, would that have been a problem for him? Possibly.
Probably.
Yeah. So, you also don't want to hire people that in a different situation right now, and all bets are off because the next people to get fired are probably going to include the head coach.
And look, man, I'll go ahead and say it. I'll go ahead and say it right here. Dion.
His corners coach?
A DB coach.
Bring him in as a DB coach.
Well, he's not going to want to be a head coach without his son being the great quarterback.
We'll check. We'll send some feelers.
Maybe he brings Travis Hunter with him.
I think Travis is going to go ahead and take it to the league.
I don't know, man.
Just
pay him enough. Make it worth his while.
Seems like it to me. I would tell you that I think for Mike and for all of us, this is going not for Mike. I'll put it. I was going to describe that differently, but for the three of us, anybody working in this industry, covering this program, this is fun. You're taking a different attack to work every day now. You don't have to continue to cover the misery that is the game.
Yeah.
We're there. We'll document what happens. Here's the score. There's how many yards the other team had. Yeah, great. But we're now talking about something that is much more interesting because every Saturday the result was never in question. They were going to get their ass beat. It was a train wreck. It was embarrassing. It caused you to feel bad. Done. Now we're going to talk about the things that
make you feel sort of winnable games.
Well,
but not that we even care about
games.
That.
I don't even care about the games. I don't, because this season sucks ass and it's not going to get better if you win these two or not. At the end of the day, now I care about something we've never seen before, an unprecedented fall from the top of the mountain, if you will, to trying to dig yourself out of the gutter. And you got to do it on the fly in a new era of college football in a way that we've never seen, and it's going to be fascinating. It's going to be fascinating to document. It's going to be fascinating to see if it works. I have no idea if it will. Everybody's got an opinion that they think it will or it will not. Doesn't really matter. We're going to watch it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to document it. And these next several weeks on into December, given how compressed the schedule is, are going to be busier than hell with things that have nothing to do with getting beat 52-3.